The Bears have a new GM as well. On Tuesday evening, it was reported that the Bills had hired former Chiefs executive of player personnel Ryan Poles. Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network was the first to report the news of the Bears hiring Poles as GM. He replaced Bears former GM Ryan Pace, who was fired 2 weeks ago after they finished the season 6-11. Poles had been in Kansas City for the last 13 years as a personal assistant in 2009, and then getting promoted to assistant director of player personnel in 2018. He eventually got promoted to his current position as an executive of player personnel in 2021. The 36-year-old new GM for the Bears was an undrafted free agent in 2008. He played at Boston College from 2004 until 2007 as an offensive tackle. Poles then signed with the Bears practice squad, but was later released before the season began. Poles then returned to Boston College, where he became a recruiting assistant in 2008. After he was hired, this is what Poles had to say about becoming the next GM for the Chicago Bears. "I'm extremely grateful to George and the entire family and the rest of the Bears organization for this opportunity. The Chicago Bears are one of the flagship franchises in the National Football League and are recognized as one of the most prestigious clubs in all of sports. It's an honor for me to join such a well-regarded organization. Together with my family, I'm looking forward to hitting the ground running to help get this organization, its fan base, and the city what they deserve: a winning team and a Super Bowl trophy." In his second day on the job, he hired Colts defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus as their next head coach. The Bears' previous coach, Matt Nagy, was with the Bears from 2018 to 2021, went 34-33, and was 0-2 in the postseason during his tenure in the Windy City. The former Boston College product will have a lot to work with ahead of him as he tries to bring the Bears back to prominence. With the Bears hiring a minority as their next GM, the Chiefs will receive 2 compensatory draft picks. In November of 2020, the NFL made a ruling that if any team hired a minority or GM or head coach, their previous employer would receive 2 draft picks, although they would have to be there at their previous employment for at least 2 full seasons. Last season, the Bears drafted rookie quarterback Justin Fields in the first round. They also have offensive line issues, and their best receiver, Allen Robinson, is a free agent. The Bears also have to decide if they want to keep their best player, Khalil Mack, or trade him away. Mack won the 2016 Defensive Player of the Year. Much like Joe Shane, Poles has his work cut out for him. Chicago also does not have a first-round pick this season, as they traded it away when they drafted Ohio State product Justin Fields. The Bears have struggled recently and have yet to win a playoff game since 2010. Since their Super Bowl 41 trip back in 2007, they have gone 1-3 in the postseason and have only won the NFC North twice. The Bears are currently in a rebuild, but if they have a good offseason, sign the right players, and have a good draft, they could be tenders in the NFC again. And if the Packers do trade Aaron Rodgers this offseason, the Bears have a great chance of winning the NFC North in 2022.